There is a profound beauty in the human journey that binds us all, not in the material wealth we acquire, nor in the fleeting recognition that society may grant us, but in the timeless thread of wisdom passed from generation to generation within the sanctuary of family. Today, I wish to reflect upon and inspire us all on a theme so vital yet often overlooked in our fast-paced, modern lives: respecting generational wisdom, the wisdom of our families, our elders, our ancestors. Imagine a bridge stretching across the span of time. On one side stand our ancestors, those who came before us, who tilled the soil, endured hardship, and carved paths through wilderness, uncertainty, and sacrifice. On the other side stand the unborn, the future generations who will inherit the fruits of our labor and the consequences of our choices. And on this bridge, standing firmly in the middle, is us, today's generation, carrying the responsibility of listening to the wisdom behind us while preparing the way for those ahead. This bridge is not built of stone or steel, it is built of stories, values, traditions, and love. It is built of generational wisdom, that sacred inheritance that families pass down not through bank accounts, but through principles, not through luxury, but through lessons. Yet in a world dominated by instant gratification, disposable technology, and constant change, how easy it is to forget the priceless treasure of wisdom stored in the hearts and minds of our elders. What exactly is generational wisdom? It is not simply knowledge, for knowledge can be Googled, downloaded, or memorized. Wisdom is knowledge tested by experience, polished by time, and offered with humility. It is the grandmother who knows the healing properties of herbs not because she read it in a book, but because she used them when medicine was scarce. It is the grandfather who teaches resilience not from abstract theories, but from surviving wars, famines, or migrations. It is the parent who tells you, "I made mistakes, so you don't have to repeat them." Family wisdom is not outdated superstition, it is tested truth. While technology evolves, while economies shift, while cultures transform, certain principles remain eternal: honesty, kindness, perseverance, respect, love, and humility. These values endure because they are not bound to an era, they are bound to the essence of being human. Respecting generational wisdom requires more than passive acknowledgement. It requires active respect. Respect means listening, not with the intent to reply, but with the intent to understand. Respect means setting aside the arrogance of youth that says, "I already know better," and humbling ourselves to hear voices that have weathered storms we have yet to see. Respect means recognizing that every wrinkle on a grandparent's face is a story written by time, every scar a chapter, every memory a library of survival. Sadly, our modern culture often sidelines the elderly. In the pursuit of progress, we sometimes mistake speed for wisdom, innovation for truth, and youth for superiority. We idolize influencers more than we revere elders. But wisdom cannot be measured in followers, nor can it be live-streamed. It is cultivated slowly, like a tree growing deep roots before it bears fruit. And when we ignore the wisdom of our elders, we sever ourselves from the very roots that anchor us. Let me share with you a story. A young man once asked his grandfather, "Why should I listen to you? The world you lived in no longer exists. You never had smartphones, you never used the internet, you never faced the things we face today." The grandfather smiled, took the young man to a field, and said, "See that oak tree? It is older than me, older than my father, perhaps older than his father. Yet in all seasons, whether drought or storm, it still stands. Do you think it stands because it is young, or because its roots are deep?" That is the essence of generational wisdom. Technology changes, but the storms of life, heartbreak, failure, uncertainty, betrayal, hardship, were not new. They wear different clothing in each generation, but they are the same storms. And those who came before us know how to stand tall through them. Another story comes from African tradition. It is said that when an elder dies, a library burns to the ground. That is how immense and irreplaceable the wisdom of our elders is. Each time we dismiss or neglect it, we lose an entire universe of knowledge that no book or screen can replicate. The family is humanity's first university. Before we learn algebra or history in classrooms, we learn values at home. We learn language, not just of words, but of compassion. We learn rules, not just of games, but of life. We learn not just how to walk, but how to walk with dignity. The family is the fertile soil in which seeds of character are sown. And it is generational wisdom that fertilizes that soil. To respect generational wisdom is to recognize that our families are not merely companions of blood, they are custodians of heritage. Your grandmother's lullaby is not just a song, it is a vessel carrying centuries of cultural memory. Your father's advice is not just opinion, it is the summation of trial and error lived through the trenches of real life. Your mother's sacrifices are not just routine, they are testaments to endurance, love, and resilience. But let us be honest, Modern life challenges this respect. We live in an age of forgetfulness. Digital memory has replaced human memory. We scroll endlessly through feeds but rarely sit down to listen to family stories. We trust algorithms more than we trust elders. We travel globally yet ignore the wisdom in our own living rooms. This forgetfulness is dangerous. A tree that forgets its roots cannot stand when the winds of adversity blow. A society that forgets its elders becomes reckless, repeating the same mistakes because it refused to learn from those who already stumbled. And an individual who forgets his family's wisdom becomes like a river that abandons its source, inevitably drying up. Yet respecting generational wisdom does not mean rejecting progress. Wisdom is not opposed to innovation, it guides it. Just as a river needs both its source and its forward flow, so too do we need both tradition and modernity. The beauty lies in reconciliation. Young people bring energy, creativity, and daring ideas. Elders bring patience, discernment, and perspective. Together, they form a complete vision, like the wings of a bird, needing both sides to fly. When we honor our elders' wisdom, we do not slow ourselves down, we steady ourselves. We avoid pitfalls. We build with foundations, not just fantasies. Respect must move beyond poetry, it must be practiced. How then do we respect generational wisdom in our families? 1. Listen intentionally, sit with your elders. Ask them about their childhood, their struggles, their lessons. Let silence linger so their stories can breathe. 2. Preserve their stories, write them down. Record their voices. Capture their recipes, their songs, their traditions. What seems ordinary today will be extraordinary tomorrow. 3. Seek guidance, do not ask the internet alone. Ask your parents, your grandparents. Let them help shape your decisions, for they see dangers you cannot. 4. Honor their sacrifices, acknowledge the struggles they endured so you could stand where you stand. Gratitude is a form of respect. 5. Bridge generations, teach children to value elders. Bring them together at meals, celebrations, conversations. Let wisdom flow like a river through generations. 6. Live their lessons, the greatest respect is application. Do not merely nod at their advice, embody it. Make their values visible in your choices. Respecting generational wisdom is not a sentimental luxury, it is a survival necessity. In times of crisis, when the world trembles under uncertainty, pandemics, economic downturns, wars, it is not new theories that save us, but old wisdom, courage, patience, solidarity, compassion, and faith. These values, carried within our families, are what see us through. So I ask you today, will you choose to remember rather than forget? Will you choose to sit with your elders rather than scroll past them? Will you honor the bridge that connects yesterday to tomorrow? If you do, you will not only strengthen your family, you will strengthen yourself. In closing, let us remember this truth: we are not self-made. We are family-made. We are the dreams of our ancestors, the sacrifices of our parents, the prayers of our grandparents. To respect their wisdom is to respect ourselves. To ignore them is to lose ourselves. So let us walk forward with humility, carrying the torch of generational wisdom with reverence. Let us speak to our elders not as relics of the past but as prophets of timeless truth. Let us respect, honor, and preserve family wisdom so that when our time comes to stand as elders ourselves, we may hand down not just memories but meaning. For in the end, life is fleeting, but wisdom endures. And the family is the vessel that carries it across the oceans of time. Respect it, treasure it, live by it, and pass it on. Thank you.